Now moving on to Module 7, Formatting Paragraphs. Paragraph formatting controls the look and feel of an entire paragraph. And in this module, we're going to discuss how to change the spacing of your text, both the line spacing and the spacing in between paragraphs. We're also going to address setting the alignment and using tabs and indents. We'll also practice using bullets and numbering the document and learn how to add borders and shading to the text. And finally, we're going to look at the paragraph dialog, where you can format many aspects of your paragraph at once. The line spacing options allow you to change the amount of space between lines in a paragraph. And you can also add extra space before and or after a paragraph to give your document a professional look. When you highlight an option on the line and paragraph spacing menu, Word provides a preview of that option without having to select it. The line spacing options open the paragraph formatting dialog box, which we'll discuss later in this module. To adjust the line spacing using the line spacing tool on the ribbon, you can follow the following procedure. With your cursor anywhere in the paragraph that you want to adjust, the text does not have to be selected. You can select the line and paragraph spacing tool from the ribbon. Select one of the following options, either single spacing, which is indicated by 1.0. 1.5 provides a little more space than single spacing. 1.50 or 1.5 line spacing. 2.0 is double spacing, and 2.5, 2.5 line spacing, and 3.0, triple spacing. To add or remove space before or after a paragraph, with your cursor anywhere in the paragraph that you want to adjust, and again, the text does not need to be selected, select the line and paragraph spacing, the tool from the ribbon, and then the paragraph spacing options are based on the current settings. So you can either choose to add space before the paragraph, remove space before the paragraph, add space after the paragraph, or remove the space after the paragraph. The amount added by default is usually 12 points. To add more, you will need to use the paragraph dialog box. You can align your text either to the left, to the right, or in the center, and you can also justify the text. All right, new to Word is the option to make your text distributed, which gives a clean, crisp look by evenly distributing the text between the left and the right margins by adding space where needed. To adjust the alignment for the paragraph, with your cursor anywhere in the paragraph that you want to adjust, again, the text doesn't have to be selected, select the desired alignment tool from the ribbon. And you can also select multiple paragraphs by selecting the text. Tabs allow you to indent the first line of your paragraph. There are a few different kinds of indents. You can indent a whole paragraph. You can indent the first line of a paragraph, which is normally the first indent. You can create a hanging indent, such as for bulleted information or notes. And you can create mirror indents. You can add a tab at any time by simply placing the cursor in the desired location and pressing the Tab key. You can create indents using the tools on the ribbon or by using the paragraph dialog box. Word's autocorrect options may change a tab to a first line indent. And in order to add a whole paragraph indent, again with your cursor anywhere in the paragraph that you want to adjust, the text does not have to be selected. Select the indent tool from the ribbon, and you can also select multiple paragraphs by selecting the text. Word provides several options to easily create lists. You can even use a custom bullet for a bulleted list, and for numbered lists, you can choose from several different options and even control where your list starts. For basic lists, the tools on the ribbon are a quick way to get a bulleted list or a numbered list. The context menu can allow you to easily change whether to start a numbered list or continue numbering. And here you can look at the extra material handout, the activity called Bullets and Numbering Sample. And this will help you to practice with the bullets and the numbering. To create a simple bulleted or numbered list, you can select the paragraphs that you want to turn into a bulleted or numbered list. Select the bullets or numbering tool from the ribbon, and the bullet library and the numbering library. Here you can select the arrow next to the bullets tool or the numbering tool on the ribbon to view the library options. Select an option to create a list with that option, and to open the Define New Bullet dialog box, the Define New Numbering Format dialog box, and the Set Numbering Value dialog box, you can select the arrow next to the bullets tool or the numbering tool on the ribbon. Select the Define New Bullet option, the Define New Number Format, or the Set Numbering Value option from the menu. You can create a border around a paragraph or group of paragraphs to make your text stand out. And you can even add shading to the paragraph or paragraphs, even if there isn't a border. The border and shading tools on the ribbon make it easy to create simple borders or shading. And the borders and shading dialog box allow you to customize your borders and shading. The border menu includes some options that only apply to tables. And the shading and borders tools on the ribbon are shown in the example. To add shading to selected paragraphs, you can select the paragraphs that you want to shade, and if you only want to shade one paragraph, your cursor can be anywhere in the paragraph without selecting it. Select the color from the shading tool on the ribbon, and then the shading tool includes the same gallery of colors as previously introduced. To add borders to selected paragraphs, you can select the paragraphs that you want to border, and if you only want to put borders on one paragraph, your cursor can be anywhere in the paragraph without selecting it. Then you select the border that you want to use from the Borders tool on the ribbon, and the Borders tool includes several options for borders. Some of the options only apply for tables. The Borders and Shading dialog box, you can open the Borders and Shading dialog box by selecting Borders and Shading from the Borders tool on the ribbon. The Borders tab of the Borders and Shading dialog box is shown in the screenshot. The shading tab of the borders and shading dialogs box is also shown in the screenshot provided.